The Scene projects are brought to you by these fine sponsors: Cliff Avenue Upholstery and Restoration, Chevy Girl Advertising and Booking, Sunny Radio, and Sioux Falls Podcast.com.
Well, hello and welcome in to The Scene. This is the Songwriter Showcase tonight here, live from the Den. I am your host, Bubba Startz, and with me tonight is our songwriter, Dreya Aman. Welcome to the show, Dreya.
Thanks for having me.
This is a pleasure. So, for all of us, because we just met a short while ago, why don't you give us a little bit of who is Dreya Aman and what are you doing here in South Dakota?
Sure. So I just moved here. I'm looking forward to meeting all your people in your town and seeing what you all have to offer. I come from Colorado. I spent most of my life over there. I've been a musician since I was a kid. I used to get in trouble a lot, and that used to be my punishment. So that's how I got started. So yeah, that's
interesting. So instead of a slap on the wrist or something, you got piano practice.
I had to play for church on Sundays, yes.
Okay, all right. So nice, a little origin story. So grew up playing in the church. When did you start writing songs?
Oh, I've wrote songs pretty much my whole life. I had the senior song when you graduated. So way back then.
That's awesome. So you've continued that. You were playing in Colorado. Now, you played out in a band when you were living down there as well, or what's kind of your music career been like?
Sure. So I've played with a lot of different bands over the years. Most of my music career is online, pretty much. Most of my writing I do, and then I sell online for, say, like YouTube ads or stuff like that, where it's just like background music and things like that. Or a lot of times I write my songs and then I sell my songs to people. So there's, people in the country who take my songs and do them as their own. None of them really gone anywhere yet, but that's what we do. That's how we do it. And so someday something will make it, but that's kind of how I do and what I do. I'm pretty heavy on the songwriting side.
All right,
yeah.
That's very cool. So out here, a lot of us, for the most part, I would speak, we got quite a few musicians in the house. A lot of us we play out a lot, and we do a lot less of the writing and those things. So let's talk about the songwriter. How did you get into kind of the songwriter for hire gig, I guess you would say?
Just over the years, someone would need something or someone would look for a special song. Oh, I need my kid is graduating high school. Can you help me out? Or, something like that. And then, these days they have, Songfinch and some of these where you can get in and write for some of them. And that's kind of how that kind of got started, And then I kind of did some online classwork again, and I met some collaborators around the country and a few internationally, and that's how that kind of gets started as well, because everyone has their strong point. Some people are writers, some people are performers, some people are arrangers, and you get and you find people that you gel with, and then somebody has the chords and somebody has the words, and suddenly you have a great tune. And so that's kind of how that goes. And
yeah, well, and we hear a lot of that from our friends that spend time in Nashville, is that the writers' rooms, right, are a big resource for them, and they talk a lot about what you have. Sometimes you're coming in and you don't have that song fully formed. You caught a piece of it instead of the whole thing. I talk about my songwriting process a lot as kind of catching lightning in a bottle, right? The song, for the most part, most of the song is there as a complete piece, but I've never done this professionally to the level to it's like I had to write a song. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I've never had that. I've always been in the position where it's like if the song came, I wanted to be there to capture it, but I've never taken the profession so seriously to where waking up and it's like, man, we got to write something today. If you're not writing, you're kind of, going backwards. So
sure.
How interesting.
And yeah, some people see that as, not being true to yourself, say, you're not writing from the heart sometimes, but you can work that in, say, you're writing a commercial for a bank, let's say, just because it's easy easy customer, and so what does your song need to say for that bank, for their customers? How are you going to support their commercial? So it's a different thought process and some kind of things that goes into it. But you can still be true to yourself, but it is definitely a different bear writing to a request as opposed to what's in your heart, for sure.
Yeah, well, and it's a little bit more of a puzzle. It's kind of fun. You've taken this and kind of created some extra puzzles out of it, and to solve some other problems, right?
Sure.
How do I connect with? It's hard enough for most of us to connect with ourselves enough to be able to share that connection with someone else. Now you're trying to connect with not even another person, but sometimes an entity, say a bank, right? And to try and convey their message to people. That's a very... I don't think there's a lot of people that operate in that world. The jingle writer, if you will.
Yeah.
How cool. So are you able to, is music the only thing that you do then? Are you surviving yourself off of kind of this part of the music business and being able to, afford a living, I guess I would say?
So I've also been a nurse most of my life. I hope I've retired from that. I hope I don't have to work as a nurse again. I might have to, though, if I can't get my music
You're in a
career
good town
off
for
the
it.
ground.
If you do, there's plenty of health care here in Sioux Falls.
Yes, you guys have wonderful health care here. You're right. You have some great hospitals and some great people here. That's for sure.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Fortunately, I guess for myself, I haven't spent a lot of time in our hospitals, but I have quite a few friends that are in the healthcare business, and we know it's so needed. So you retired from nursing.
Hopefully.
Is this just music full time, or is retired life and music is just kind of the hobby full time, or what's the future for Dreya now?
So I moved here. I moved here to take care of my family, and my mom and my sister. They both just died, and so that's how I got here. And so now I just had a kid start on the high school here, and she loves it, and so I think we might stick around. So that's really about all I know about my life. We're kind of an influx, because of everything that's going on.
You said you've only been here since August. You found the Scene projects online. You threw your name in the hat, and now here we are. And you're introducing yourself to this whole other community now. So you're in the right place, Dreya. I will say that.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we're not here just to talk. You want to play us some of those beautiful songs that you've written?
Oh, sure. I can play you one.
Well, let's start with that bank jingle, I think.
That bank jingle.
I'm just kidding.
I know that might be under copyright,
Chevy Girl Advertising and Booking is the first point of contact for any artist looking to play in Sioux Falls. Their experienced staff can also help your small business find its way in the era of digital marketing, helping you achieve your social media goals. Chevy Girl Advertising and Booking is here to serve our community at the Scene. Get a hold of Tasha and the crew at chevygirl-ab.com. That's chevygirl-ab.com. Tasha is the host of the Songwriter Showcase at the Den at 909 North West Avenue in Sioux Falls every Thursday. So join Tasha and the crew every Thursday at the Den in Sioux Falls for the Songwriter Showcase presented by the Scene Projects. Since 2009, Cliff Avenue Upholstery and Restoration has been a one-stop shop for everything auto and upholstery restoration in Tea, South Dakota. Their experienced staff are ready for any project and treat your prized ride like it were their own. Their dedication comes from their passion for restoring vehicles and providing the highest quality results time and time again. So if you got a classic sitting in the shop that you don't have the time for but want to see it shine again, or you're an experienced gearhead and need custom work done on your latest project, from seats to paint, call Cliff Avenue Upholstery and Restoration, 605-335-6066, or visit cliffave.com. That's CLIFFAVE.com.
So, well, this first one I have is about, the boss. The boss, we've all had him. If you haven't, then you are that person. The one who's never happy. The one who's never enough. Okay, well, this song, friends, is written about that person. Oh, this life that I live is slowly killing me, suffocating me from the inside out. Carry you on my back, I pick up all your slack, and I'm drowning in your misery. I'm drowning in your misery. I wake up every day and put on my face, the one that says, yeah, this is a good place. Give it all my might, try to do what's right, fight all his fights. Oh, his life that I live, it seems like such a sham. The harder I try, more that I'm damned. Oh, this life that I live is slowly killing me, suffocating me from the inside out. Carry you on my back, I'll pick up all your slack, and I'm drowning in your misery. Yeah, I'm drowning in your misery. I do all that I ask and even much more, and all they can say is give me more, more, more. All they complain, it's never enough. Treat me like I'm a whore. Oh, this life that I live, it seems like such a sham. The harder try more that I'm damned. This life that I live is slowly killing me, suffocating me from the inside out. Carry you on my back, I'll pick up all your slack, and I'm drowning in your misery. I'm drowning in your misery. Well, if you know Mary, you know we can't leave it like that. So there is one more verse to this song. It goes like this. Packing my bags, yeah, I'm done with this life. I'm not doing you no more. Taking you off of my back, I'm handing you back all that slack, and I'm headed right out that door. I'm headed right out that door. I'm headed right out that door. Take that, you boss.
Well, I didn't know we were going to be honky-tonking tonight. Nobody told me. I will admit to you, Dreya, and our throng of fans here with us that I was completely unprepared for tonight. Tasha had a parent-teacher conference, so I was like, yeah, I guess I should probably come up there and host the show. Who is it tonight, by the way? I don't know. This gal named Dreya. All right. Sounds great. Fantastic song.
Oh, thanks.
Love
thanks.
it. Love the piano, love that honky-tonking kind of stuff. So a lot of blues bands in the past for you, or kind of what were the types of bands that you played in, back in the day?
Sure. So I've done a couple of rock and roll bands, and yeah, a couple of blues bands. That's probably the latest. Probably I'd say the last 6 or 7 years, I've probably done a lot of writing for a blues band out of Rollins, Wyoming, mostly, called Stillhouse Blues. And yeah, that would do well for them, that song. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it would. Well, that's awesome. So have you kind of gone through seasons of your life where you were writing for a particular group or person, more like as a songwriter? So I'm a performer, right? Okay. So I write songs for me to perform, and that's it, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not really trying to sell them or to give them to anyone else. That's even not a thought of my mind. So I guess I'm just trying to get into your head a little bit about, when you are writing for someone else and going out there, do you find when, you find someone that you can write for, do you kind of hang on to that a little bit, right? You say you've been writing for years for this blues band out of Rollins. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you've been at it for a little while, you have a pretty good relationship established. Does it become easier over time to kind of write in their voice?
Yeah, it really helps, to kind of enmesh yourself in the band, get a feel for what they like, as far as grooves and, even topics, like, so not everybody's going to like a song about the same topic even, and you can even factor in things like, like if you know your singer, what are they good at? What are their strengths? Or do they like to hold their notes? Are they good at fast songs or slow songs? Or, the more information that you have, obviously, the easier it is to write them a nice piece. But also, if somebody in the band is interested also, that makes it even nicer because then they're interested. If they write it themselves, then they're more likely to like it and to use it. So...
My brain is just spinning right now with questions. This whole like songwriter for hire thing. And you said, so you wrote your senior song when you were in high school.
Way back, yeah.
Right. Now, have you always been writing for other people? Like, is that always like, when did that become where you were like, oh, that's kind of fun to do that, to write for that bank or for that or that person in their special moment? Kind of like when did that click for you that it's like, oh, I really like, because obviously you have a passion for it. You wouldn't continue to do it if you didn't. So kind of where did that spark from?
So obviously I'm a keyboard player, and so I write these songs, like that song right there. Would have been great with a bass, would have been even better with a drum, but I don't have those things available, And so as a writer, I have to go out and say, hey, not only do I have to get you to listen to this, but then I have to get you to like it, And so then came the producer in the box. And from there you can kind of make your own songs. And from there, you didn't kind of have to care so much about other people. But before then you did. And I kind of lost my train of thought here, but that's kind of how that evolves, because you're always a songwriter and you're always looking to do your songs somewhere or for somebody else to do them, to get them out anywhere, but like, there's not too many people that don't want to say, hey, why don't you bring your keyboard up here and come play your stuff, Right. So if you can't sell your song to a band, what are you going to do with it if you can't perform
right.
it?
Well, and in some ways, all the great cover songs that we played, right? Mm-hmm. That was their pitch. Hey, we want to be good enough that other bands want to play our music, and not necessarily like in the same town at the same time, but maybe down the road, having a little different vision, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, play us another one while I think of several thousand more questions.
Okay, well, this song is called Renegade. It's a cute little number. A guy out of Maine picked this guy up, turned it into a rock song. He got it on his local charts for about 8 weeks, and that's as far as it went. So just a nice little song, and it's called Renegade, and it's about riding your motorcycle.
It will be very popular here in South Dakota. Right?
Son or mother, I'm a rebel on the run. Now don't you try to stop me. I promise I won't behave. I choose my freedom for the grave. I'm a renegade, I don't masquerade. Gonna party no tomorrow, cause I'll never fade. I'm a renegade, gonna celebrate. Gotta have it, do it my way, cause I'm not afraid. And I'm free, yes I'm free. Oh, I'm free. I'm an army of one. The city song. I'm a renegade, I don't masquerade. Gonna party no tomorrow, cause I'll never fade. I'm a renegade, gonna celebrate. Gonna have it, do it my way, cause I'm not choose my freedom or the grave.
Yeah, I feel like we could hear that one in Sturgis.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Maybe with somebody with a little, like, heavy, thick voice that really can give it some punch. Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, and then to the opposite of that, obviously it sounds great when someone takes your song and makes it sound better. Have you ever had the opposite where you've given someone the song and you're like, I hate that?
Yes, absolutely. You know, and I guess that's a good part about farming it out. You know, if you don't like what one guy did with it, and you still have the rights, and so if they didn't buy it, you can still sell it and do whatever you want with it. So.
Well, and it's so fun to hear you kind of talk about just buying and selling songs, right? You're like, oh, like it's a commodity. For me, that like my songs are so personal to me, right? I have a couple that I'm very attached to that, like, yeah, another band could do this and maybe they could do something real with, but like, that's my song. You know, nobody's gonna sing that with the same passion, but I guess if you never give them a chance, how do you know, right? So how exciting. Like I said, my head's just swimming because I've always I love writing songs, right? I love writing my songs and telling my story. But to take that to the next stage, right? To tell someone else's story is something that I have yet to have the pleasure to do, but I think you're kind of unlocking some things in my brain here. And you're opening, so you're inspiring me, Dreya, and that's exactly what, you know, this show is all about. And we're so happy to have you here in South Dakota. Welcome.
Oh.
You're going to make a great addition.
Oh, thank you.
I hope to stick around.
I hope to. I absolutely would love to.
Cool. Well, you're auditioning right now. Keep playing us some more songs. You didn't know it, but we have some of the most influential people in the South Dakota music scene in the building right now.
Oh, go up here.
In fact, it's pretty much all music people around here. Hey, I didn't know you guys knew each other. How great. Well, Dreya, what else you got for us? We've had a little kind of, we had some honky tonkin'. We had, that one could have been a country, that could have been a John Anderson song, that last one too, right? A little bit of gravel, some southern rock almost, country vibes.
Yeah.
What else? Where else are you going to take us?
So the next one I brought tonight is the Ballad of the Evening. And this song is about heroin. So it's a national epidemic right now, the fentanyl crisis. I'm sure everybody's heard about it. Everybody knows about it. It is a cause dear to my heart. Colorado's full of it. You guys seem pretty lucky down here. I haven't seen too many down here, so boy, count yourself lucky, because man, that stuff is some wicked, wicked stuff. It'll tear your town apart. And so I wrote this song with my son. And here we go. Oops, sorry. Of horror, family of lies. This is the end game where everyone dies. Don't go outside, it'll find you too. Be your best friend with a pill and a spoon. controlled by the vein. You try to talk to them, don't know their own name. Don't know their own name. Don't know their own name. Ever been so far down you can't come back? So profound when all you see is black. That's it.
I hope we're able to fix that. I hope we're able to fix this epidemic of drug abuse that has swept over our country. Fentanyl wasn't really big when I was in my 20s, and thank God, otherwise I would probably be dead. The amount of pills and substances that I threw down my throat with zero care. I'm very lucky to be alive. If you are listening and you are struggling with the throes of addiction, know that there is help and there are people that love you. So,
yes,
thanks.
we see you.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that song, Dreya. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Well, after that, Debbie Downer.
Well, I'm allowing the room to reset a little bit, right? See, like that, if, you know, I just, for me, knowing the emotion that you just said, like you said, you wrote it for your son, like, you can't talk about that song the same way that you talk about a jingle for the bank. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's
That's
fun.
right.
It's fun that we call them all songs, right? But they're different. There's a difference sometimes, right? And I guess I've never written a jingle or something that didn't mean something to me like that song meant to you.
Right.
Right. So maybe we'll see. Thank you for sharing that, though. That's what this show is all about. Is showing those deepest, sometimes dark and sometimes light, but those feelings and bringing them out and letting them breathe so that they hopefully can help someone else, right?
Well, you know, an awareness. You know, drugs aren't what they were back in the 60s. It's not peace, love, and happiness anymore. It's you touch it and you're going to die.
And quite literally, you know, especially with the fentanyl. You don't even have to be using it to be in serious danger.
Yeah.
So, I hope that, you know, your song and this podcast in some way helps to bring some awareness and maybe we save a life, right?
Just one would be worth it.
That's right.
Yep.
I love it. Well, what do you got for us next? We got time for a couple more songs yet.
Sure, so I have 2 more songs to go. The next one is one, it's called The Cheater's Song. And I chose to go ahead and make it a solo jazz piano piece just because of its tongue-in-cheek lyrics. And I know this is on the radio maybe, so I just felt that they could probably just sit on the page for tonight and we could maybe just have the piano play it for us. So that's what this is gonna be, is just a little solo jazz song.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's
fun.
great stuff.
Thanks.
We definitely need more piano players on the Songwriter Showcase, for sure. What's a special treat for me is that I get to edit all this stuff too, so I'm going to listen to that one several times before it goes out there.
And I'm sure you can imagine the lyrics with your great imagination. There's a few little right in there. Yep,
Yeah,
you know it, so.
well, I bet. It's got it all. It's swimming in innuendo just by itself. Just by itself. Well, Dreya, on behalf of all of South Dakota and our music scene, I would like to welcome you.
Thank you.
You
Thanks
passed
for
the
having
audition.
me. Oh, thank you.
You passed. You did
let me
wonderful.
come back. Okay, that's awesome.
I will say there is a great open mic. You guys going to do open mic at the Levitt again this year? Hopefully. I think it was a big hit last year. Jake Perron, he books the bands at the Levitt. They got an open mic. That's the big amphitheater downtown, so you'll be able to get up on that stage and play. I'm sure they'd love to have you. Our wine bar, and they just opened a new one called Trio Jazz Club. A little free plug for them on the podcast, but I think you would go over very well there too. If you wanted to play some gigs, I think you're going to find them, Dreya.
That's awesome.
What a pleasure to meet you tonight and to have you here with us all the way from Colorado. This is what the scene is about. We put it out there into the world, and we see what comes back. And tonight we got Dreya.
Lucky you.
Well, yeah, can you play us one more to play us out of here? And we'll let everyone get to the rest of their Thursday evening. I'm sure we all got big plans, right?
Well, thank you for coming, everyone, and thank you for having me. And this last song is a short little piece. I chose it because it has a nice message. I did submit this one for an ad, and it did not get chosen. So here it is. It's called I'm Gonna Live. Die trying. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live or die trying. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live or die trying. Gonna live it my way, get my wheels on the highway, close the door on yesterday and live my life for today. I'm gonna love like I'm on fire, rise up so much higher than I'd ever thought I'd be. Throw away those yesterdays, the moments here and gone before you know. I'm gonna live or die trying. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live or die trying. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live or die trying.
Well, what a great way to end the evening. That's Dreya Aman, everyone. This is the Songwriter Showcase. Any shows coming up or anything you want to plug?
Oh, I've got a website if you want to contact me, DreyaAmanmusic.com. Hit me up.
Awesome. Well, we're going to find you for sure. Thank you so much for being here. And everyone else, remember to make yourself part of the scene.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. Remember to follow the Scene Projects on all your social media channels and get even more content at thesceneprojects.com.
No other to pour that love on me like water. Got an ocean full of love that's made for two.